Welcome to smallbusinessnet.net. This is the latest episode of our video tutorial series. Hi, this is Rick Stevens again, another episode of our short tutorial series. Today we're going to talk a little bit about HTML. Now, we're not trying to make you coders or web designers. This is for the small business owner to understand what it is inside the code and what HTML is and what it is inside the code that creates what we call on-page processes that Google and other search engines look at in order to rank you. So this can be very short, very basic. However, I think it's important for the small business owner, small business manager to understand in terms of their marketing effort and what makes Google and other search engines rank your page either higher or lower from the on-page perspective. So this is all about the stuff that's on your website, stuff that you can control. So let's go to the computer and let's take a look. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to open up Notepad. A Notepad comes with every Windows installation. It's basically just a text editor. You can say this is a text editor. It's similar to Microsoft Word, except that it doesn't have any formatting in it. All you can do is just type in text. Your web page is actually nothing more than a text file. And I'm going to show you that by creating a HTML document from Notepad and then opening that up in our browser to show you what happens. So here's my browser. I'm going to put the browser on one side of the page. I'm going to put the text editor, in this case Notepad, on the other side of the page. So the first thing that you have to do in order to create a web document is you have to give it this HTML tag. That tells the browser that we're dealing with HTML. Now, HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. That's what HTML stands for. What that means is you can take your text, and all HTML is just tags around your text that marks up your text, and it tells the browser how to render that or how to display that. The thing about HTML is you need to surround them with opening and closing tags, and the first tag in an HTML document is the tag HTML. And the way that you close any tag is with this slash and then the same tag. So you open it with the less than sign HTML, you close that here, and then you close this tag by putting this backslash in right here. Anything in the middle here, and by the way, the browsers don't care how many spaces you use, but anything in the middle is going to be rendered by, in this case I have Firefox, your browser, as HTML. Now there's two basic parts to an HTML file or a web page. The first part is what's called the header. So put in header, and again you have to close the header tag just like that. Now anything between the opening and the closing tags is considered the header. The header is the part of the page that really doesn't get displayed in the main page, like down in here. However, one thing, and the reason why I'm bringing up header at all, is the most important thing in your header from an SEO standpoint is the title tag. So there's actually a title tag, looks like this. You open it, and then you close it, just like any other tag. Now, what goes in that title tag is extremely important for the search engines. And where it's going to display is right here. You see how Google, I'm on the Google page here, and this has Google as the title tag. That's the title of that page. So every page gets a title tag. So let's say we want our title to be SEO. So we'll just type in SEO, and we can do backslash, so it's like that. So let's just stop there for a second and let's save this file. And I'll save this to my desktop, and we'll call it testing.html. And then now, since it has that that .html, the browser also, it's another clue for the browser to understand that that is in fact an HTML file. I'm just putting this up on my desktop. If now I go to my browser and just simply, and most people have never opened up a file this way on their browser before. They usually go to a certain link or whatever, but I'm going to open up a file on my desktop, and anybody can do this from any browser. You just say File, Open, like you would in Word. Go to Testing HTML and let it open up. Now you notice that what we have is we have a blank page, but we have in our title tag, we have SEO in the title. Going back to Notepad, just to look at it, we have nothing down here, but in our title tag we have SEO. So that's the first part, a header with the title tag. The next thing is, what do we actually display on the page is always between what's called a body tag. So open and close the body tag, and then in here we can just say this is the body. Again, save that, and then come over to our browser, refresh, and you see now we have two things. We have a title tag, which it's getting between those tags, and we have some text that it's actually displaying. It's displaying it between the opening and closing body tag. I just want to show you that this is the basics of HTML, and the reason for that is since we're geared towards on-page SEO, there's a couple things that we want to also show you that's actually in the body. So the first thing is that there are header tags. There's H1 through H6, okay, that most browsers support. So if I open and close a header tag, and I type in here in between the header tag, and again remember this is inside the body, so it's going to be displayed. Just type in some text. This is the H1 header, and again, File, Save, come over to our browser, refresh that page, and now my browser has rendered that the text in between that H1 tag as being that size. Now we have control of styling it, and your designers can deal with all the styling, but just know that the browser has default renderings. Okay, so I'm going to copy this, come down here, paste, and I'll do one more. Don't want you to watch me doing all this, but there's a couple things. So this is an H2 tag. We'll make the text so that we can also see that is in fact an H2 tag. Do the same thing for an H3 tag. Take this out. Save this file again. So I've got an H1 tag, an H2 tag, and H3 tag. If I refresh this, you can see that the browser knows that an H1 tag is more important, so it gives it more, it's larger, has more space, so therefore it should be more important. H2 tag, less important, H3 tag, etc. Now, normally you wouldn't have this text just in the body like this. You would have it inside of a paragraph tag. So close that paragraph tag, and you won't see any difference here, but it's now inside a paragraph tag. So I have something inside a header, an H1, a header 2, header 3, and then something inside a paragraph. So the point of all this is this. When Google sees your web page, it sees this code. It looks for that tag right there, the title tag of the page. Whatever you put in there then becomes a key term. So if somebody's searching for SEO, it knows that this page is about SEO. This and about 3 million other pages out there, but nevertheless, it knows that this title tag, which is the most important piece of this page, is about SEO. Additionally, if I wanted to put something inside this header tag that also matched SEO, then all I'd have to do is just say this page is about SEO. Save it, and then reload that page. And now this is starting to become optimized for the key term SEO. It's got a title tag of SEO. In the H1 tag, it has an SEO in the H1 tag. Google and the other search engines, their algorithms pick all this stuff up. So what we're doing to this page already, even though it looks like this, is optimizing it for the keyword or search term of SEO. Okay, so if you make widgets, then you would want widgets in this title tag. As a matter of fact, most companies make the mistake of doing something like this. Save it. And now what they have in their title tag is Acme Products. The problem is if they already know what they're looking for, Acme Products, they know how to get to your website. So what you need to do in these title tags is not so much put your company name in here. You want to optimize this title tag and these H1 tags for whatever it is that you want people to find you by in Google. So instead of Acme Products, if you make widgets and you want people to go to find your website, if they are searching for widgets, then you want widgets in your title tag. Something like this. Save it and refresh. And now this Google and the other search engines know that this is about widget products. So if you want people to find you by your company name, great, then put that in there. The problem is that they'll find you anyway if they are looking for your company specifically. Again, the same with these header tags. You would want that in there. And then if you're trying to optimize for the search term widget, then you want this to look like this with widgets in there, and in these paragraphs you want widgets in here. This is about widgets. So several times you want that to be widgets. Again, if I save that, refresh, now this page already, it's becoming optimized for the term widgets. It's got widgets in the title tag, it's got widgets in an H1 tag, and down here in the paragraph, in the content, if you will, it has at least one term of widgets. So those are the things, those are the main things. There are other things too. In fact, I'll show you one quick one. So I can say around that word widget, I can say strong. And this is another tag. And what that does is it turns it bold. Save. And you see how it bolded up widgets? Again, Google sees this as strong and knows that's an important word. So I put one word, wrap that one word widgets in a strong tag. Now, there's a lot of other things that you can do with your web page. I haven't showed you links. That gets into a little bit different thing. These are just the very basic concepts. So in summary, the bottom line here is that you don't have to be a coder to understand that the title of your page needs to be optimized for whatever it is the search term that you're trying to have people find you by in the search engines. Additionally, your header tags need to have them. You have to have that same term, either word or term, several times throughout your web page. There's other things like internal linking and so forth that we will get to in a later video. This is just the basic concepts of HTML as it pertains to your SEO, and it's something that you need to understand, and you can converse a little bit better with the people that are doing your website and therefore have a better marketing, better value coming from your website. Hope this helps out. I hope this helps out, and we'll see you on the next episode.